1 hour ago, the United States lost a war. Not with missiles, not with troops, but with a single piece of paper. If you are checking your portfolio, booking a summer vacation, or waiting on an Amazon package, stop right now. The rules of the sky just collapsed and your money is already gone. You aren't seeing this on the news yet, but inside the boardrooms of Delta, FedEx, and the White House, there is absolute panic. Why? Because this morning, Canada didn't threaten or shout. They simply reached up and turned off the oxygen. Here's the geography lesson that Donald Trump forgot. The Earth is a sphere. When you fly from New York to Tokyo, you don't fly in a straight line on a flat map. You fly north. You fly over the Arctic. You fly over Canada. For 70 years, the United States treated Canadian airspace like a family driveway. Park there, take the shortcut, no charge, no questions. It was an entitlement. But at 8 a.m. this morning, Transport Canada issued a bureaucratic whisper that screamed. They suspended preferential overflight rights for U.S. carriers pending a sovereignty review. That sounds boring, but let me translate that into blood. That is the most expensive paragraph ever written in Canadian history. Delta, United, American, FedEx, UPS, every single one of them just got a fuel bill they cannot pay. When you lose the shortcut over Canada, you don't just lose time. You lose math, you lose physics. A flight to Asia now requires more fuel, more crew, and stops in Anchorage. And right now, Anchorage is a parking lot. Cargo jets are sitting on tarmacs burning money because federal law says pilots can't fly past a certain number of hours. The crew times out. The cargo sits. Your package is late. Your stock portfolio is bleeding. Analysts estimate this siege is costing the U.S. aviation sector $4 billion per week. And here is the twist. This wasn't an accident. This is Mark Carney, a central banker, fighting a trade war with leverage, not insults. He watched the tariffs on steel and aluminum. He watched the insults, and he waited. He knew that the United States is a consumer nation that lives in a house owned by the landlord of the North. You cannot project power globally without Canada letting you through. Trump thought he was negotiating with the old, apologetic Canada. Instead, he found out that when you push a central banker, they don't apologize, they adjust the variables. The White House is reportedly in apocalyptic silence. Lawyers are pulling treaties from the 1950s. The president asked if they could use the military to force open a flight path, and the answer was a hard no. You cannot bomb your largest trading partner over airspace fees. You cannot sue them in a U.S. court. The U.S. is completely powerless. Meanwhile, competitors like Korean Air and Japan Airlines are still flying over Canada at normal rates. They can now move cargo cheaper and faster than American companies. Market share is being handed to foreign competitors on a silver platter. This brings it down to your wallet. You might think, I don't own an airline, but you buy things. When logistics chains slow down, prices go up. This is the invisible tax of incompetence. We are looking at a scenario where supply chains sever and a recession triggers not next year, but next week. This is a foreclosure on American entitlement. The world is realizing that the America First bully has a glass jaw, and Canada just punched it. Is this the end of U.S. aviation dominance, or just a temporary negotiation tactic? Tell me whose side you're on in the comments. And if you want to follow the money while the skies are closed, hit that follow button right now.